Hey guys, it's Crystal Blazer. I reached out to Crash on the Run's game developer King to see if they can answer fan questions about their previous crossover event, Battle of the Dragons. As the season draws to a close, the game designer and creative lead of Crash on the Run, Jarrett, was nice enough to answer my questions about the Spyro-related event. Let's dive into them. Number 1. Was a Spyro-based event for Crash on the Run planned from the start? When King was planning out the seasons, they knew right from the start they wanted to include a season around Spyro, Dark Spyro, and Gnasty Gnorc. As well as being huge Crash Bandicoot fans, the Crash on the Run team at King are also massive Spyro fans. For Jarrett personally, he's a big fan of Spyro Year of the Dragon, and loved Toys for Bob's work on the Spyro Reignited trilogy. Number 2. What made you want to bring Gnasty Gnorc, the main villain from the first Spyro game, and Dark Spyro, Spyro's dark alter ego from the Legend of Spyro reboot and later Skylanders, into Crash on the Run? To King, the Spyro vs. Dark Spyro battle in Skylanders Academy was so iconic, it was something they really wanted to replicate in some way with the Battle of the Dragons season. The team was also keen to incorporate a battle with a dragon, and it would have been odd to have Crash fight Spyro, so Dark Spyro ended up being used instead as the perfect fit. As for Gnasty Gnorc, King used his fun personality and strength to help create an interesting boss fight for the players, with the animation team helping to show it through his boss intro cutscene and his methods of attack. Number 3. Were other Spyro villains considered for this event as season bosses, like Ripto, the Sorceress, or Malefor? King did consider Malefor at first, but ended up going with Dark Spyro instead. Originally, they only had time to create one seasonal boss battle, but the team was so excited to have the Spyro franchise visit Crash on the Run that they managed to squeeze in Gnasty Gnorc too. This was something they were super excited about bringing to life, as well as being proud to offer their players some variety in the boss sequences. Number 4. Crash villains N. Gin and Koala Kong are part of Season 3's event. Are they in cahoots with Dark Spyro and Gnasty Gnorc, or are they trying to take over the multiverse as well? When King planned out the seasons, they like to link them together, so they shape a wider narrative and story. It was Entropy at the end of Season 2 that led in Dark Spyro and Gnasty Gnorc, and she also led in N. Gin and Koala Kong. After Dark Spyro leaves at the end of the season, N. Gin, Koala Kong, and Gnasty Gnorc will stick around. Number 5. Was Dark Spyro's inclusion as a villain based on his recent appearance in the Netflix television series Skylanders Academy? Yes, it definitely played a part in the decision. The battle between Spyro and Dark Spyro in Skylanders was so epic to the team, and Jarrett thinks Dark Spyro is a really interesting character, one that King was sharp enough to explore further in Season 3. Number 6. Did you research the Legend of Spyro trilogy and Skylanders franchise when bringing Dark Spyro into the Crash multiverse lore? Fans have noticed a couple of Easter eggs from the two series, like the dark ether symbols, Dark Spyro's image banners resembling his Skylanders design, and his dark fire and lightning attacks based on his Skylanders game counterpart. When they develop a new season, the visual development artists at Team spend a lot of time researching everything they can about the characters and the worlds they inhabit. The dark ether symbols was a nod to The Legend of Spyro the Eternal Night, and the team was really excited when fans called it out. Every season contains Easter eggs, and fans consistently identifying them is a testament to their love of both the game and wider franchises. They really are the best fans in the world. Number 7. What was your favorite part when bringing Spyro, Dark Spyro, and Gnasty Gnorc into Crash Bandicoot on the Run for the Battle of the Dragons? Every season brings new characters, new locations, and new boss battles. The Crash on the Run team start with a team meeting on what they want to include and share ideas. They develop the boss gameplay design, visual development of the characters and world are created. Then the modeling of the characters is completed. Once this is finalized, the development work on the attack starts, along with level design, rigging, animation of the characters, new 3D dressing for the world, new music for the bosses, and sound effects for the attacks all starts to fall into place. Jarrett's favorite part is when the creation of these characters and battles all come together and is released into the wild for players to enjoy and show their appreciation for it. Number 8. Since it was previously stated that Crash Bandicoot on the Run takes place at the center of the multiverse where all Crash Bandicoot games happened, does the same apply to all Spyro games too? Yes, the Crash on the Run multiverse lore does apply to all Spyro games. This was something I actually speculated on in my previous discussion video about the Spyro lore in Battle of the Dragons. Number 9. Was Spyro planned to be a playable character for Crash Bandicoot on the Run? Or is there still a possibility for it? Stephen Jarrett responds that there is always a possibility. And number 10. What's your favorite Spyro season bosses? Dark Spyro, Gnasty Gnorc, or both? Stephen loves them both. They both have unique attacks to match their personalities and are different to any other boss in the game. He says he hoped that the players had as much fun battling them as the development team at King had fun creating them. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, favorite, and subscribe. You can also find a text version of the interview in the link below posted on the Magic Crafters fan forums.